If you've been feeling something is off but you can't put your finger on it, this video will be an eye-opener. Her body gives away secrets long before her mouth ever does. And if you're listening closely, you can feel the shift before you can explain it. I'm Coach Jane, and today I want to break down something most men never look at deeply enough: the physical cues that reveal when a woman has become emotionally and physically involved with another man. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you get to know when we drop our next video. Signal 1. Changes in sexual interest or routines. One of the first hidden signals a woman is physically cheating is a shift in her sexual energy. And I want you to hear me clearly, this sign isn't always about less sex. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's a sudden spike in interest that doesn't match the connection you two currently have. When a woman becomes physically intimate with another man, her body and her emotions move differently. Her mind is processing new stimulation, new validation, and new attention. And this always shows up in the way she behaves around you, even if she thinks she's hiding it well. Some men only look for the obvious sign: she's avoiding intimacy with me. But as a dating coach for men, I want you to look deeper than that, because women's psychology is not one-dimensional. For some women, cheating brings guilt. That guilt makes her pull away. You'll notice she becomes less responsive to your touch. The routines that used to feel natural suddenly feel forced. She may even begin to make excuses: too tired, not in the mood, stressed, overwhelmed. But for other women, the guilt pushes them in the opposite direction. She becomes unusually enthusiastic sexually, not because she's more attracted to you, but because she's trying to balance her conscience or distract you from the internal conflict she's feeling. This is why I always tell my male clients, don't judge the sign, judge the shift. I once worked with a client who noticed his wife kept changing their usual sexual rhythm. Some weeks she was cold and distant. Other weeks she was suddenly experimenting in ways she had never shown interest in before. At first he thought it was normal fluctuations, but over time these changes formed a pattern that didn't match their emotional connection. When the truth eventually came out, he realized her body had been showing him signs long before her confession ever happened. This is the painful but important psychological truth. A woman's sex drive is deeply connected to her emotional world. So when her emotional world changes, her sexual behavior follows. If you're seeing changes that don't match the dynamic between you two, if intimacy feels inconsistent, confusing, or like it's serving a hidden purpose, don't ignore that. This is not about accusing her based on one moment. It's about noticing a repeated shift in energy and routine. That's how you begin to catch a cheater, not by spying, but by understanding psychology facts and paying attention to patterns. Before we move on, let me gently remind you to like this video. It helps more men who need real guidance get access to conversations like this. And stay with me, because Signal 2 is one of the most subtle yet powerful indicators that something is shifting behind your back. You do not want to miss it. Signal 2. New grooming habits or clothing choices. This second signal is one of the most misunderstood signs men overlook because it often looks innocent on the surface. But when you understand female psychology, you know that a woman rarely upgrades her appearance for no reason. A sudden change in grooming routines or clothing choices can be a soft indicator that there's new attention in her life. Not definite proof, but a shift worth paying attention to. Women are naturally expressive through their appearance. When something changes internally, it often shows externally. So when I'm giving relationship advice for men, I always tell them, notice why she's changing, not just what she's changing. Maybe she suddenly cares a lot more about smelling good, even when she's just stepping out quickly. Maybe she starts doing her makeup differently. Or she begins wearing clothes she never cared for before, more fitted, more revealing, more stylish. Sometimes it's small items, new lingerie she doesn't wear for you, a new hairstyle she didn't discuss, a new signature perfume. It's rarely the item itself, it's the timing.
One of my clients once described how his girlfriend started waking up earlier to get ready, even when she didn't need to. She paid more attention to her skin, hair, and outfits, even on days she claimed she had nothing special planned. He ignored it for months, thinking, well, she just wants to look good. But the truth came out later. She wasn't getting ready for him. She was getting ready for the man who was giving her a different kind of attention. Again, let me be clear. This is not about assuming she's cheating simply because she wants to feel good or confident. Women evolve and their style evolves too. But in the world of psychology facts, consistency matters. And when a shift matches other unusual behaviors, that's when you take it seriously. Ask yourself, does this new grooming routine align with her current lifestyle? Does it connect to any upcoming events or personal goals? Or does it feel like it came out of nowhere, with no explanation? When a woman is physically cheating, she becomes more self-conscious because she knows someone is seeing her in an intimate way. She becomes more aware of her body, her scent, her clothes, because she's preparing for someone else's eyes. And that internal shift creates external signals you can observe if you stay emotionally aware. Before I move to the next point, let me quickly remind you to like this video. It helps other men who need dating advice for men get guidance instead of guessing alone. And if this point is confirming anything your instincts have been whispering to you, drop a simple phrase in the comments. I'm watching closely. Now stay with me, because signal 3 is the one that often exposes the truth long before she says a word. You don't want to miss it.
Signal 3. Unexplained tiredness or absences. This third signal is one of the most revealing because it connects directly to physical and emotional energy. When a woman is physically cheating, her schedule and her body often start to shift in ways she can't fully control or hide. You may notice she's unusually tired, not the kind of tired that comes from work or stress, but a different heaviness, a kind of exhaustion that doesn't match her day. She starts falling asleep earlier, resisting intimacy or acting drained after times when she shouldn't be. Sometimes it's the opposite. She suddenly has bursts of energy when she's heading out, yet she's sluggish when she returns. These shifts aren't random. They often reflect a double life, stretching her emotional bandwidth. Unexplained absences can also become part of the pattern. She steps out more often without clear details. She becomes vague about where she's been, or she gives you explanations that sound rehearsed, light, or incomplete. You may also notice her routine becomes more unpredictable. Maybe she's working late more than usual. Maybe she needs more me time, yet she can't fully describe what that means. Or she starts protecting her time in ways that feel new and unusual. I once worked with a client who noticed these exact shifts. His wife kept saying she was tired from errands that normally didn't drain her. And on days she stepped out for short tasks, she returned with a different emotional energy. Sometimes distant, sometimes strangely uplifted. He couldn't put his finger on it, but his instincts kept tapping him on the shoulder. When the truth finally surfaced, he realized what he had been sensing all along. Her absences were not just about time, they were about emotional investment happening elsewhere. This is why I teach men in my sessions. Don't watch her excuses, watch her patterns. Excuses can be rehearsed, patterns never lie. If she's acting tired at strange times, disappearing without clarity, or showing up with energy shifts that don't match her stories, don't ignore it. It's not about catching her in one moment. It's about recognizing a repeated inconsistency. And I want to take this moment to speak to you directly, man to man. If you've gone through something like this, or if you're currently sensing something is off, share your story in the comments. Your experience may help another man realize he's not imagining things. You're not alone in this. This is why this channel exists. Before you go, I want you to remember something powerful. A woman's body, her habits, and her routines often reveal the truth long before she says anything out loud.
When you understand female psychology, you stop reacting emotionally and start seeing patterns clearly. If this video gave you clarity, make sure you subscribe, share it with another man who needs it, and keep learning how to navigate relationships with confidence and awareness. This is Coach Jane, and I'll see you in the next video.